welcomes you to this evening's Flyway Conference basketball game between the Spartans of Laconia and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Laconia High School, and the WLA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the singing of our national anthem performed by WLA senior Katie Davies.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, for the Spartans, a 5'6" senior, number 3, Taylor Davies. A 5'10" junior, number 11, Molly Johannes. A 5'7" senior, number 12, Lexi Smith. A 5'5" senior, number 21, Emma Mulder. And a 5'5" senior, number 22, Haley Wren. The Spartans are coached by Chris Morgan.
Well, I want to welcome you in here tonight to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. And my goodness, do we have a good one tonight. On the line tonight, a Flyway Conference title. The Vikings still perfect, 17-0 this season. Sitting at the top of the Flyway Conference standings, they welcome in the team hot on their trail, the Laconia Spartans. They're 9-1 on the conference season. Their only loss coming at home to WLA in the fashion of a 58-46 game. The Spartans, with a win tonight, would not only avenge that loss, but also give them a share of the conference crown as well as hand their rival Vikings their first loss of the season. You have to date all the way back 6 years to the 2014-2015 season to find the last time Laconia didn't win the conference. Back then, Kettle Moraine Lutheran was still in the conference, and they won it that season. The Laconia Spartans also back into the top 10 in Division III. The Vikings still in Division III this season as they were moved up earlier this season into Division III to narrow or even out the conferences. I'm Jordan King saying good evening to you. Glad to have you along here on WLA TV. And it should be a terrific ball game tonight. Starters for the Spartans, number 3, Taylor Davies. She's a senior. Number 11, Molly Johannes is a junior. Number 12, Lexi Smith, a senior. And a couple of other seniors, 21, Emma Mulder, and 22, Haley Renz. Fascinating game to look at. Top 4 scorers in the conference are on the floor right now. Leading scorer in the conference is Elena Supernand. She averages 17.7 points per game. The next two are both Spartans, Haley Renz, Molly Johannes, 15.8 and 14.5. And then fourth in the conference is Geneva Hewitt. She's averaging 13.9 per contest. So should be a good one tonight. It was back and forth when they met in Rosendale. Quick block on the far side as Supernand gets her hand on it. She collects the rebound as well, goes down the left side of the lane, turns, and we got a kick from the Spartans. It'll stay with the Vikings. Frantic first 20 seconds, as it looked like Emma Mulder might get the scoring going, but blocked underneath by Supernand. Dangerous pass into Kiara Shea. Shea bounces down underneath. That's Kaylee Fry. Can't get that one to go. She left it short. Nice rebound there from Molly Johannes, the second leading scorer for the Spartans and the leading rebounder at just under 7, check that, rebounds per game. Here's a nice drive by Johannes. Misses that one just a touch off to the side, and the rebound down to Elena Supernand. Here's a long two. Kiara Shea gets the scoring going for the Vikings. Shea's average has dipped over the last couple of games, but still at 7.1 is Kiara Shea. Vikings doing a nice job defensively, and you can just feel the energy in the building on both sides of the basketball. On what should be a conference-defining moment tonight. Vikings win it, they clinch it outright no matter what. It would give them the second loss for Laconia, and Vikings only have one more conference game to play. Both teams have won 17 games this season. On the far side, this is Renz getting her first shot up, and good is Haley Renz. Make a lot of shots like that when you average 16 points a game, and Renz is doing just that this season. And it's tied back up at 2. Expect a close ball game all night tonight. Shea, free. This one misses. Coach Morgan from Laconia said leave her there. Willing to give that shot to Shea, especially with how quick she is off the dribble. Here's Renz, guarded by Shea, who I would say is probably the best defender in the conference. Perhaps in the division. Not sure. But one of the better defenders I've seen at this level. Here's a three on the way. This one's well short. Offensive rebound by Renz, and they're going to get Shea for a foul on this near side. Not the referee you'd expect to call it, but looked like some contact underneath. And Haley Renz will head to the free throw line, looking for her third and fourth points of the night. First free throw up and good for Renz, so she has not missed a shot that's counted yet. Second free throw up and good as well. We're waiting for Laconia to miss their first free throw of the night. Went 11 for 11 in the JV1 matchup earlier, and 2 for 2 so far tonight. Renz has drawn the Elena Supernand assignment, and Elena, just inside of the three-point line, gets her first bucket of the evening. 4-4. Couple of minutes into this one. Here's Smith to Renz. Renz still guarded by Shea, lobs it over here near side. This is Mulder. Mulder, Renz, three. This one looks good, it is good, and Haley Renz is off to a great start tonight. She's got 7, all 7 for the Spartans. Supernand across the timeline, head fake. Now a no-look pass over to Fry. Fry no-look out to Shea. Shea tries to get back into Fry, and a nice defensive possession for the Spartans, but number 3, Taylor Davies, drugs her foot, so give it back to the Vikings. Should be underneath, and they get it right. Shea has it, running Geneva Hewitt off of a couple of screens. Ends up in the hands of Supernand. Supernand, free on the way. There's the response from Elena Supernand, as a couple of Player of the Year candidates go back and forth at it with Renz and Supernand. Supernand's got 5, 7, 7 here tonight. And Smith down the paint. Kicks it back out, that's Johannes. Far side is Mulder. Mulder behind a screen. This one's strong and misses. Hewitt chases down the rebound. On the line was Davies, so give it back to the Vikings. Good hustle by Geneva Hewitt, who will take a seat. Interesting to see how much we see of Geneva Hewitt. Obviously, dealing with a little bit of a knock. Didn't play in the Elmira game this weekend. Vikes didn't need it. Supernan into the front court. Siri Kuski took her place, by the way. Here's Fry on the near side. Cutting through is Shea. Gets it on the short corner. Bounces down to Fry. Skip pass to Kuski. Kuski underneath to Shea. Shot fake. Goes up with it, and she traveled. Feet moving quicker than the mind there. And Renz will give it up right away. Smith across the timeline. 4 minutes into this one, all knotted up at 7. Renz guarded by Shea. Nice job by Shea to fight through the screen. Good defense collectively by the Vikings to force a tough shot from Renz. Rebound secured from Kuski. Here's Supernand into the front court, guarded by Renz. Spins down the lane. Up with it, she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. See who they get this on.
Spartan ball on number 12, Lexi Smith, her first team place.
First for Smith.
And for the Vikings, Elena Superman.
Lena doesn't take long over those free throws. She gets set and fires them up there. That one misses. And second free throw rattles home for Elena Supernan, so the Vikings retake the lead. And Shea going to continue to make sure that Renz isn't the ball player bringing the ball up the court for the Spartans. Here's Davies. Gets it to the corners. This is Lexi Smith. And Renz on the near side. Nice defense by Shea to cut her up. And in the passing lane was Kaylee Fry, not able to collect the steal, and an offensive rebound for the Spartans. Gets back out to Renz. Head fake, shot fake. Now a pass that was dangerous, but stays with the Spartans. Here's Renz on the drive, and she misses this one short. Offensive rebound to Renz. Kicks it out. Corner three on the way from Johannes, and makes it. Molly Johannes' first points of the ball game. First points of the game for anyone not named Haley Renz for Laconia. And Laconia retakes the lead. We go back and forth. Here's Shea. Thought about the three. Kuski. Fry. Nice cutting by the Vikings. Not found, though. Here's Shea once again. Steps back. Far side Supernan on that left side. Hands off to Kuski. Kuski thinks about it. Shoots it dead away. And misses it. Kuski hasn't made a three this year according to Wisp Sports, so probably a good idea for Laconia to back off there. Here's Renz. Switch pass over to the far side, and that's a free ball made by Emma Mulder. 3 threes so far tonight for the Spartans, and they've opened up a 5-point lead. Supernand into the front court. There's Kuski. Riley Lair. Back. Shea, left wing, three on the way. Looked good. It was short and rattles off. It's also got to be something to. Nice defense in transition there from Riley Lair, but the Vikings can't pull down the rebound. Can't give this Laconia team extra possessions if you can help it. And here's Mulder. She just hit a three. Kicks it back out to Taylor Davies. Here's a drive, spinning down the lane, up with the right hand on the left side was Lexi Smitten finishing. And that's going to force a Coach Schroffnagel timeout. 15-8 in a nice run. That's an 8-0 run for the Spartans. Vikings at one point led 8-7, and then 8 straight for the Spartans. So they lead by 7. First timeout for Coach Schroffnagel. And it's going to be just like this all night long. You would expect if you've seen either of these two teams play before. Going to be physical and going to be close between the two of them. 11:31 to go here in the first half. Of the 15 for Laconia, Renz has 7. 9 of the 15 coming behind the three-point line. Couple at the free throw line, couple of twos as well. Be Supernan to check it in here as the Vikings now kind of have a 1-in-5 outlook if they want it, as Hallie Keifenheim comes into the ball game, and back into the game is Geneva Hewitt. To the high post comes Fry. Fry feeds down to Shea, and Shea misses it. Got to get those to go as well. Here's Smith. Far side 15, Cassandra Coffeen. Back to the near side with Smith. Smith to Johannes. Cutting through his Renz. Tries the drive. Instead has to back dribble. Here's Johannes. Turns. Throws it up in the lane. That one's off hard. And rebound down to Supernant. Got to be careful here. 1-on-5 almost. Nice pass across the lane. That's Kiera Shea. Gets it to rattle home. Does Kiera Shea. She has 4 points. And the Vikings back within 5. It breaks an 8-0 Laconia Spartan run. Driving the lane goes Smith. Smith with a pass out here. Kicks it out to Renz. Renz on the left wing. Thought about it. Now drives. Nice take by Haley Renz. She's got 9 points. 17-10. Supernand into the front court. Thought about it. Now going to shoot it. And she hits it. If any of those start turning into threes, that would be good news for the Vikings and their fans. But they'll take anything right now. 17-12. Just got to stay within striking distance if you are a Viking. Here's Renz. Goes off a screen to the free throw line. She acted like she got fouled, but they're going to say it was just a tip. So it stays with Laconia. Renz will inbound it for the Spartans. Nice defense underneath by the Vikes on that switch. That's a tough one, and Hallie Keifenheim was ready for it. Here's Smith. Smith drives, fouled by Keifenheim, and will go to the free throw line. Keifenheim just beat on the dribble there.
Viking ball on number 5, Hallie Keifenheim. Her first, team second to the line for the Spartans, Lexi Smith.
First free throw up and good for Smith. 3 for 3 tonight are the Spartans. And second one misses. That is the first free throw as a program they've missed tonight. They were 14 for 14 before that. Going back to that JV game. Here's Shea. Bounce pass into Fry, and they'll get a hold underneath. I think they're going to get Johannes with the foul. It'll be the second team for Laconia.
Spartan ball on number 11, Molly Johannes.
Just her first.
Her first, team second.
Underneath inbounds, lobbed from Hewitt out to Fry. Hewitt thought about it. Now going to take it off the drive. That's tapped out, taken in by Keifenheim. Here's Supernand. Thought about the handoff to Hewitt, now does hand off to Hewitt. Haven't seen Geneva take a shot yet. Skip pass to Shea. Back out top of the key, Keifenheim. Gets it back to Shea. Shea probing. Keifenheim, top of the key. Hewitt, her first shot of the night. Rattles around and can't go. Tipped out by Fry. Fry gets the offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Shea 3. Good! Kiera Shea with her first 3 of the night. And the Vikes are back within 3. 18-15. Smith into the front court. Now Shea's going to do what she loves to do best, and that's pester defensively. Smith's going to throw up a 3. It's short. Batted around. Guess who's there for the rebound but Kiera Shea, who's fouled. They're going to call a jump ball. Was not held long enough for that, but they'll maintain that as the call.
Spartans, number 32, Jaden Gossi. And then for the Spartans, number 21, Emma Mulder.
Mulder back in for the Spartans. And Jess Pino, who's given the Vikes some very good minutes over the last couple of weeks, will come in for Kaylee Fry. Just over halfway through this first half, and the Vikes trail by 3. Here's Keifenheim, corner 3. She likes that spot, misses it strong, and Ren's down with the rebound. She's off balance. Gets past Supernand into the front court. Nice job by Shea defensively. Renz goes down. 3 on the way, misses short, and a nice rebound by Hewitt. Got on her quickly, but she pulled it down. Hewitt out to Keifenheim. Back to Hewitt. Shot fake, dribbles, up with the right hand. Count the basket and the foul for Geneva Hewitt. What injury, you say? She was quick to the hoop that time, and she's got a chance to tie this thing up at the line.
Foul on number 12, Lexi Smith. In for the Spartans,
That was on
number
Smith.
11,
That's her second, and she'll take a seat as Molly Johannes back into the ball game. Smith's been handling the ball with Renz having to deal with Shea. Free throw up and good, and we got a tie ball game once again. Hewitt will be subbed out for Riley Lair, back into the ball game for the first time. And once again, Renz says no, doesn't want that. Doesn't want to deal with, and it's probably a good idea not dealing with wasting energy, just getting the ball past half court with Kiera Shea. Vikings switching things right now. Oh, there's Jess Pino getting her hand on a ball, not able to complete the steal. 3 ball on the way. This one misses strong. Another offensive rebound for the Spartans. And Shea's into the passing lane. Shea tips it away, up with the right hand and scores. Vikings lead once again. Shea hit the 3. Shea's got a couple of steals. Shea's got 9 points. Forces a Laconia timeout. It's 30 seconds long. We'll take it with them. Vikes lead by 2. So out of this timeout, the Vikings retaking the lead. And first time in a while they've had this lead. Renz will inbound it, and inbound it to Emma Mulder. Mulder across the timeline. She's marked by Riley Lair for a brief moment. Vikings deciding how they want to switch this. They switch it back now. Mulder guarded by Lair. Fry in the passing lane once again. Here's Mulder, switched. Supernan now has that assignment. There's a wild pass, ends up in the hands of Haley Renz. Renz tries the drive. Nice defense by Shea. Starting to, hopefully, if she's doing her job, frustrate the ball handler a little bit. Renz is so calm, cool, collected, though, obviously, as you'd expect from one of the best players in the conference, the senior. Here's Coffeen. Gets it out. That's 32 Goss. Back to Renz. Renz off a screen, fighting through his Shea. She's behind her. There's a foul, and I think it's on Keifenheim. At least it should be on Keifenheim. Oh, that is a brutal call. That's absolutely the incorrect number, and that's the second on Kiera Shea. How'd he miss that? Free throw up and off for Renz. It was absolutely a foul, no doubt about that. Renz was hammered underneath, but Shea was behind her. Could not have been her. And one of the best defenders is forced to sit on the sideline. 3 for 4 from the line is Renz. She makes that one, 6:53. We'll see if the Vikes can get to halftime without needing to employ the services of Kiera Shea again here in the first half. Handoff, Supernan gets it to Lair. Lair off of a screen. Back down underneath to Fry. Fry skip pass to the high post. That's Kuski back to Fry. Fry shot fake down the lane, up with the right hand, and good. Kaylee Fry with a monster take to the rim, and she finishes her first points of the night, 22-19. Here's Mulder. Johannes outside of 1-3 hasn't been able to get going. Here she is in the corner off of a Renz pass. Mulder. Vikes switch it. Here's Davies. Davies off a screen. And Mulder once again on this left side. Over to the right. That's Renz off a screen. Can't go under the screens. Misses that one short. Offensive rebound to Mulder. Looked like she traveled. Another offensive rebound batted off of Mulder's thigh. Nice defense underneath by the Vikings. You'd like to have seen that be headed the other way if you're the Vikes, but that's a nice job defensively. It's going to force a 30-second timeout from Laconia as well. I'm going to catch my breath. You do the same. Vikes lead by 3 on WLA TV. Stay with us. Having fun yet? My goodness, what a terrific half of basketball thus far. 5:45 left. Maddie Lair into the game for the Vikings for the first time. And straight in, that was a nice work inside inbounds idea from Laconia on the side, not able to get Renz free. Lair's a great defender as well. Here's a drive from Davies. Gets it to Smith. Mulder off a screen, back out to Smith, playing with 2 fouls here in the first half. Lobs it up to Renz. Renz on this near left side, 1 dribble, skip pass, Mulder. Nice defense, good closeout by Riley Lair. Switching everything are the Vikings still. Only person they really aren't switching off of is Renz. Renz around a screen, straight to the basket and scores. It's tough if you switch with it, but she's also very tough to follow around screens. Back to a 1-point game. Down to the corner, Maddie Lair. Ooh, Hewitt wanted it back. She had an opening if it was given to her. Skip pass, a little bit too much mustard on that from Fry. It was a terrific idea and a good cut from Kuski. But the Vikes not able to secure it underneath. That would have been a certain layup. And they cling to the 1-point lead. Smith into the front court. Finds Renz, far side. Renz around another screen. Skip pass to Smith. Smith over a screen, switched once again to the Vikings. And just heard Laconia's coach say, if we get Kaylee Fry onto Smith, don't rescreen that. Let's attack that. Oh, yeah, I was just about to say, that was an interesting foul call, but they actually call it a jump ball. It's going to stay with Laconia. But it feels like a turnover, doesn't it? Supernand in for Maddie Lair, who gave the Vikings a couple of great minutes. And once again, Kuski going to be tasked now with Renz. Vikings switching all other 4 positions. Mulder, Johannes, Renz. Renz away from the screen this time. Nice help defense and a block from Riley Lair. Great defense from the senior. Completed the play was Fry, and into the front court comes Supernand. Supernand over a couple of screens. Down the left side of the lane she goes. Reverse layup, nice block there from Mulder. Tapped out by Fry and secured by Smith. Smith into the front court with Renz. Renz, step back, 3 on the way. This one's long. And a nice rebound on the weak side from Riley Lair. Gets it to Hewitt. Hewitt to Supernand. Supernand into the front court, got numbers if they want him. Hesitation drive, goes against Renz. Oh. And did they just call offensive foul? What was the call? Oh, he was saying on the arm. Thought he was saying count the basket for a second, which did not go in. So I thought then maybe it was an offensive foul. You never know. 3:38 to go. Renz is going to take a seat for the Spartans. Supernand directing traffic with her eyes there, gets Fry open. Fry back to Supernand, down to Kaylee Fry. Fry goes up with it, blocked. Has Kuski out. Instead, they're going to get one on the arm, and it'll be Vikings basketball underneath. It'll be the 5th foul of the team foul. That's not how you say that. That's the 5th team foul. There we go. For the Spartans. First for Mulder. Vikings trying to get one of their shooters free. Here's Hewitt. Hewitt down the lane, misses that runner. Looked good, but just a little bit short. Johannes up to Smith. Smith crosses over, guarded by Kuski. See if the Vikings switch everything here. Open three opportunity not taken on this near side. Here's Mulder and Davies. Smith, third leading scorer for the Spartans. Johannes is the second leading scorer behind Renz. Johannes averages 14.5 per game. She's only got 3 tonight. Renz is well on her way to eclipsing her average of 15.8 per game. Here's Coffeen. Now Mulder. Davies. Just trying to make the Vikes play a long period of defense. Blocked! Oh, and they'll say a 2-shot foul on Kaylee Fry, who blocked that one pretty cleanly.
Viking foul on number 22, Kaylee Fry. The line for the Spartans.
Great defense by Fry. Not rewarded for it. First one for Smith is good. Good free throw shooter, Smith. And second for Smith. Crawls over that front end of the iron. She's 3 for 4. Smith's 3 for 4 from the line. And Renz is 3 for 4 from the line. They've shot 8 free throws. Vikings have shot 3. We'll keep an eye on that. I say with a grin on my face. 23-22. Laconia has retaken the lead. Vikes have always gotten it, at least recently, have gotten that lead back quickly. This time not. Maybe a rush there. Down the lane goes Johannes, and she finishes at the rim. So a nice little spurt here for the Spartans to get this back not only into a close game, but they now lead it. Here's Riley Lair. Lair hurt Laconia at Laconia. Does not look like she's going to get anything close to an open look tonight. Supernand maybe forced that one a little bit too and misses it off to the right. Good rebound from the Spartans. Here's Mulder. Far side, Coffeen. Top of the key. Mulder 3 on the near side. This one misses. Tapped out by Fry, and it'll stay here. Nice positioning by number 11. That's Johannes, who's the leading rebounder for this crew. And you start to see why. Johannes, good defense by Fry. Now Johannes going to try to go off of a screen. Coffeen collects. Top of the key, Mulder. When Renz left the court down by 1, I believe, were the Laconia Spartans. They now lead by 4 with her on the bench. 3 on the way. Renz can't get that one to go. Yeah, man, you breathe a sigh of relief every time Renz shoots it that open and it doesn't go in. 25-22. Here's Fry. And a timeout for Coach Schroffnagel and the Vikings. Second to the half, but of course you get that 30-second COVID timeout, so to speak. I don't know what they're exactly calling that, but that's what it is for all intents and purposes, is a COVID timeout. Make sure the basketballs get sanitized, all that fun stuff, which they're supposed to be doing every timeout. We'll see if they remember here. There you go. 22-25. Spartans lead the Vikings here tonight. Renz so far outdueling Supernand if you're looking at the top scorer for either team. Supernand so far tonight has 8. Renz all the way up to 12. So not a huge difference, but the difference is there, and 4 points between those two players individually and 3 points between the teams. The inbound from Riley Lair to Elena Supernand. Supernand off of a couple of screens. Down to Kaylee Fry. And it looked like he was going to punch an offensive foul. He did not. They get Johannes, and the Laconia fans can't believe it. Laconia's coach can't believe it. I can't really believe it either. To the line goes Kaylee Fry. Looked like good positioning defensively. First free throw up and good. And it's a big foul as well. That's a second on Molly Johannes. So Smith and Johannes both with 2 fouls here.
And for the Spartans, number 12, Lexi Smith.
And the sacrifice to take Johannes off the court is to put Smith back on. So you hope for the last minute that Lexi Smith is able to play smart enough not to foul. 1 of 2 from the line goes Fry. That's about what this team shoots as a team, about the clip that they shoot, 50%, talking about the Vikings. Obviously, Laconia has been much better than that. They're 75% from the line tonight. And as a program, shoot the basketball extremely well from the charity stripe. It is charity for them. It's not charity if you don't shoot well from it, but Laconia does. Nice back cut from Coffeen, but misses the layup. Rebound down to Lair. Here's Supernan, one-hand pass up ahead, and that was a situation where, in hindsight, 27.6 seconds left. Maybe you hold for 1. Pino's going to come in for Fry. It's a good cut once again from Kuski. She couldn't just couldn't get there. I don't think that was on Kuski. Pass has got to be a little more accurate if you're going to make a pass like that under a half minute left in the half. Maddie Lair is going to guard Renz as we tick towards halftime. Under 10. Renz crosses over. Bounce pass down. Corner. Mulder. Back to Renz. 5. Counting down. She's got her eye on the clock. Going to go off of a screen. And she misses it short. That'll end the half. Good defense by Maddie Lair. Good defense by the Vikings. I say they held Renz to 12. Is that fair? Renz only had 12. Felt like she should have had more than that. But a great first half for both of these teams. In a game that is panning out as we thought it might pan out. 25-23. You put 10 minutes on the halftime clock. Let these coaches go to work. And get the players off their feet for a few minutes. Heck of a game we got going on here in the Flyway Conference. Vikings and the Spartans. 25-23. Add up some stats and figures and tell them to you coming up in just a few minutes during this halftime intermission. You're watching on WLA TV. Stay with us. Get your halftime facts and figures here. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take us down for a minute of Johnny Cash, although I have my doubts. So I hope you're watching us live, and I hope you stay with us for the second half. Kiera Shea leads the Vikings with 9 points in the first half. Kaylee Fry has 3. 8 for Elena Supernand and 5. Check that, 3 for Geneva Hewitt. She had a 3-point play about midway through that first half. That adds up to the 23 that the Vikings have. For Laconia, they have 25. 12 coming from Haley Renz, 3 from Emma Mulder, 5 from Lexi Smith, and 5 from Molly Johannes. So those the scoring outputs for both of these teams. 7.5 minutes left here during halftime. Hope you stay with us and join us for the second half of Flyway Conference action here tonight. Should be a good second half, should be entertaining, and it'll be great if you catch it here on WLA TV. Real quick here. Normally I save some of these bullet points for the second half in other games, but I think we're going to be talking about this game pretty closely. So, Week 9 in Division 3 this week, and the poll was released this afternoon. The Vikings have moved up into the top 4 in the state. They trail only Aquinas, Lake Mills, and Prairie du Chien. Marshall was ahead of them. They tumbled down from 4 to 7. This week's rankings, as I said, pregame also saw Laconia re-enter the rankings for the first time in some time. Probably the last time they were in was when they played, right before they played WLA and Waupun in a 2-game stretch and lost both. And I think they've been out of the rankings since then. They're 17-5 overall, by the way, is Laconia. They are tied with Brillion for the 10th spot in Division 3. It was a 13-7 WLA run to close out that first half, and that stat brought to you by Coach Schraffnagel. Coach Evan Schraffnagel, which is Coach Schraffnagel's son, who astutely pointed out, as I was talking to him during halftime, 13-7 run. So a great way to end the half for the Vikings. If they could have avoided an 8-0 run from the Spartans in the middle of that first half, they would still have the lead. But nonetheless, it'll be the Vikings ball coming out of the halftime intermission, about 2 minutes away. Actual Coach Schraffnagel is still working his magic in the locker room with his team. They'll be coming our way this second half. Always like when the WLA offense is down on our end, and that's coming up in 2 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching on WLA TV. All right, we're ready for the second half of play here on WLA TV. Thanks for joining us this evening. Appreciate that. What better way to spend your Tuesday evening, huh? And watching a couple of teams battle for a conference crown. That's what Laconia and WLA are doing right now. And straight into the front court comes Elena Supernan. Had 8 first-half points. They did a great job on Riley Lair. She hits a 3 to start the second half. And there was a missed assignment by Laconia. They were in Lair's grill in the first half. Not that time. No one within country mile of her there. And she hits the 3. WLA retakes the lead. So now it's a 16-7 run if we're building off that first half run for the Vikings. Here's Johannes. Near side Smith. Smith. Maybe going to try to work on Fry. Now picks up her dribble. Nice job into Johannes. Oh, she spins and misses it. Strong off the glass. She had the beat on Geneva Hewitt. Hewitt gets the rebound. Gives it over to Elena Supernand. Supernand down the lane, up with the right hand. Count the basket and the foul And she'll head to the free throw line. Elena Supernand, and this is about as dream a start as you could hope for if you're a Vikings fan. Punching the and one. Free throw off from Supernand. About half the players were playing it. Thankfully for the Spartans, one of their players grabbed it. Hewitt almost into the passing lane. Vikes lead by 3. Supernand into double figures with that basket, by the way, and the foul was on Renz. That's her second. Kind of jokingly mentioned that Vikings did a good job on Renz, and she still scored 12. Obviously, she had the first 7. That goes off for Ren's hands, and a pass from Davies that was just off the mark, going to force a timeout for Laconia, as Coach Morgan maybe just feeling that his team needs to be settled down just a little bit after the Vikings clearly looked the more ready team out of the halftime intermission. Certainly the sharper of the two. So, minute and a half. The Vikings have taken a 2-point deficit and turned it into a 3-point lead. That featuring a Elena Supernand bucket and a Riley Lair 3. Again, Lair hit a couple of just monster threes in the game over in Rosendale earlier this year. And right now, that one proving to be a big one to get this second half started as well. They're loose out there. Lair and Fryer are dancing in the front court. Coming out of that timeout, they're plenty ready for this. Nothing gets them tight. Here's the other side. If you go down on Kaylee Fry, if you double down on her, you leave these shooters open. That one's short from Hewitt. Good rebound down here with Mulder. Mulder into the front court, looks for Renz, now gives to Johannes. Johannes working on Fry, they switch there. Far side, that's Smith. And Johannes launches a 3. This looks good, it's off to the left, and it's tied up underneath. So it'll stay with the Spartans, and a nice job by Taylor Davies underneath to get it back for the Vikes, or for the Spartans, pardon me. (28-25). Renz launches an inbounds pass in. And Renz now collects out top of the key. Goes off a screen. Down the lane she goes. Scoops it and misses. Tough shot by Renz. Thought there might have been some contact. Nothing called. Supernand in front of Renz. Hands off. Riley Lair, 3 on the way. Looks good short. From my vantage point, tipped out by Johannes. Nice hustle from Kiera Shea to force Johannes to touch that before it went out of play. And it'll be the Vikings basketball on the side. So it currently stands an 18-7 run over the course of the 2 halves. And nice tip once again from Shea underneath to Lair. Lair trying to kick it out. Nice job by Renz. That's a smart basketball play by Haley Renz. She gets it up to Johannes, up with the left hand. Nice defense by Supernand. Rebound down to Shea. Shea's up the floor like a bullet. Bounce passes dangerously to Hewitt. Hewitt collects and back to Supernand. Elena to the high post. That's Fry. Fry, she has Lair open. Looks the other way, though, and gives it to Hewitt. Hewitt down the lane. She's fouled and will head to the free throw line. I've heard Coach Morgan say a couple of times, don't bail him out, and that's another one where if you just let him shoot the off-balance shot, it's a better result, even if it somehow manages to go in, than to foul him. Here's Hewitt, second trip to the line for Geneva. First free throw up and good. She's 2 for 2 on the ball game from the line. She had an and 1 in the first half. Kofine back into the game for the Spartans. Hewitt's second free throw true as well. She stays perfect from the line. Renz will have it and give it back to Smith. Vikings lead by 5 now as Kofine collects. Hands off to Johannes, who hands off here to Mulder. Mulder tries to get it back to Johannes. That was a dangerous pass, kind of whipped it over her head like a hook shot almost, and it goes over the head of Johannes and out of play. Elena across the blue WLA logo. Gives it to Shea. Shea, dribble drive, kicks it. Top of the key Lair. This is left wing for Kaylee Fry. Top of the key Hewitt. Hewitt gonna go off a Supernan screen and kicks it back out to Supernan. Down to Fry. Fry up and under. Corner three. Wide open. Hewitt missed it just off to the left. It looked good. You could always tell from my angle that it was going to drift off to the left, though. Mulder does a good job there to get the ball into the front court. Here's Coffeen to Smith. Lexi Smith working on Supernan. Behind the back. Dribbles with the left. Now kicks it out to Johannes. Johannes just inside the three. Gets it back to Coffeen. Coffeen throws this three up. That's short. Rebound down once again to Hewitt. Supernan inside the three-point arc. Oh, man, she trotted back like she made it. It looked like she did. All but down, and it rattles out. That's a carry or a travel. Take your pick. They'll pick carry, do the referees. And Coach Schroffnagel's going to take a full timeout. It's currently a 20-7 run. At one point in the first half, the Spartans led 18-10. Vikings now lead it 30-25. We'll be back with more on WLA TV. Again, I hope you don't mind. We mute during the timeouts and the breaks. Try to make sure YouTube doesn't take us down. Here's Shea into the front court. WLA looking to build on what is currently a 20-8 run. Here's Shea. High post, free throw line jumper for Kaylee Fry. She followed it right away. She knew she missed it. Gets her offensive rebound into Supernan. Lays it home on the left side. Elena Supernan. That's a tough jumper. She makes it. Renz gets it up to Smith. 32-25, leads up to 7. Spartans aren't going away, though, and nor will they. Here's Fry getting her hands in the passing lane, and Coach Schroffnagel wants the timeout. I don't think he wanted it after it was awarded, but he'll take it. It's a 30-second timeout from Coach Schroffnagel. You get the extra one due to COVID anyway each half, so no harm, no foul. Plus a chance to maybe draw something up here during this timeout as well. They've scored out of a couple of their timeouts tonight. See if they can do so once again. They lead at 32-25, 13:08 to go in the ball game. Well, if you watched the game over in Rosendale, you know that this is far from over. Maybe there are situations that exist where 7-point lead in the second half is starting to get away from a team. That's not the case with Laconia. This is a program that is 6 straight. 6. You have to go back to 2014, 2015 to find the last time Laconia has not won. I guess maybe that's only 5 years straight. But you get the point. 5 or 6. Doesn't matter. They know how to win conference titles in the Flyway. Here's Lair, and she traveled. Now you hate that out of a timeout. Lair was trying to be aggressive and just got the feet moving, shuffling a little too quickly. Well, here's Callista Vandenberg. We go back to the JV1 game. She had a quick 9 points in the first half, then started to get ready for varsity action. And here's her first action of the night for Callista Vandenberg. She's a freshman. Got some good height, does Vandenberg, and she has it top of the key right now. Mulder. Johannes. Here's Renz. Renz tries to go baseline on Shea. Good defense by Kiera Shea. And a nice job weak side once again from Riley Lair, who forced the missed shot. Here's Shea, front court. Shot fake into the lane. Kuski misses that one. Offensive rebound, Fry shuffled over to Lair. She's fouled. And the jump shooter will go to the free throw line. She is only a 38% free throw shooter, Lair. Kind of like Sam Lair on the boys' side. Free throw line's too close. Can they shoot threes instead? Got a better percentage from there. This one high, but misses. And Hewitt will check back into the ball game. She'll come in for Kuski. So the starters are restored for the Vikings. Hewitt has looked terrific tonight. Second free throw, high. It barely touches the net from Riley Lair. That's her second made bucket of the night. 1-3, 1 free throw. She has 4. 33-25. Here is Mulder. And the Vikes, for once, that was their first miscommunication defensively, but not hurt. Oh, nice play, Hewitt, who steps around Vandenberg and gets the steal. It was clean as can be, really. Missed from Supernan, offensive rebound, Fry. She puts it back in. She's got 5 points, and this lead is up to 10. First double-digit lead for either team tonight. Supernan guarding Smith. Blocked. Renz went underneath. She was blocked by Fry. Here comes Shea. Gives it. Hewitt trying to get this arena to blow off its feet, but it hit the strap. Kaylee Fry would have had the offensive rebound as well, but it hit the strap that you can't, I don't think you can visibly see it very well on the live stream, but there's a strap that just comes in front of that one beam that helps raise and lower the hoops. And bad positioning for it. It's good if it helps you, it's bad if it doesn't, right? Here's Renz into the front court working on Shea. 25-8 run for the Vikings. And Smith goes up, and Laconia still searching, prodding, looking for their first points of the second half. We're almost 7 minutes in. They led 25-23 at half. Here's Johannes, finds Renz. Renz, nice job by Shea. She's starting to anticipate those screens and fight through them a little bit more efficiently. Here's Johannes. Vandenberg, Renz. This time, Shea a little bit slow on the screen, but a nice job to recover. Johannes, Mulder. This is going to turn into about a 30 to 40 second defensive possession, and a nice job by Riley Lair at the end to pay it off. Good rebound by Supernan to finish the possession out. We're under 11 minutes to play. Here's Supernan. Oh, that's a tough jumper. She thought it might have a chance. It didn't. Went strong. And Renz up the court, gets it to Smith. Smith drives on Hewitt. That's a tough jumper. Good defense by the Vikings. Good rebound by Fry. 10:25 and counting down here in the second half. And Supernan gets it across the timeline. Coach Schroffnagel will slow things down. Got a little frantic there for just a second, but the Vikings retain their 10-point lead. Supernan, guarded by Renz. Renz gets her hands on it. Now she's maybe in trouble. Helping, nice help defense by the Spartans, and that's got to be a travel. It's not. I sympathize there with the Laconia fans. That looked like a travel, but nonetheless, Smith comes out here with it. She has it top of the key. Hands off to Mulder. Ooh, nice job there by Vandenberg. Strong play by her. She's blocked. Ooh, they're going to call a foul underneath. And now it's the Viking fans' turn to complain a little bit. Anytime you have that swiping motion, you always leave that opportunity for a foul to be called open. And that misses for Vandenberg. Callista Vandenberg, 5'11", freshman. And Jess Pino will replace Kaylee Fry. That was Fry's second, so not really foul trouble. That free throw misses off, and a good rebound once again by Elena Supernan. So 0 for 2 from the line goes Vandenberg. and Laconia still has not scored here in the second half. Ooh, nice hands from Renz. It got tipped out of bounds, but Haley Renz starting to get those hands active and poked that one away from Elena Supernand. Got a sub, and Supernand will take a seat.
For the Vikings, number 10, Siri Kuski.
Siri Kuski into the game with 9.5 minutes left to play. Here's Geneva Hewitt. Hewitt will get a double screen. Now gives it to Lair. Lair kicks it out to Kuski. Kuski top of the key, Shea. Shea looks for a cutting Pino. Nice job here by the Vikings. Good patience so far this possession. Here's Pino. Kicks it out. It was a late pass to Riley Lair, but good ball movement to Kuski. Back into Pino. Pino's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Callista Vandenberg. Again, I'll say what I said on the other end. I don't know if that's a foul for Callista Vandenberg, but it's the same call, and to be fair, it's the same official, so there's consistency if you'd like it. First one misses for Jess Pino. Conversations being had between fans, between coaches, and between officials. Don't need any of that. And that missed everything from Jess Pino. Coach Morgan asked for it to be called on the other end, which it literally just was called on the other end. If we're being completely fair. No one helping, and finally, Vandenberg, the freshman, comes back to help Renz out. And Renz back across the timeline now. Renz down the left side, kicks it out. That's Davies, I believe. It is Davies. Vandenberg, top of the key. She's guarded by Hewitt. Hand off here to Smith. Smith going to go baseline. And they'll get a foul on Hewitt. I think we might have had one of the men wearing stripes take a look at the foul count. Saw 1 to 4, and that's why we got a cheapie there. Definitely not as physical as some of the other play we've seen tonight. Starters restored for the Vikings. Minus Lair plus Kuski. Kuski's been the sixth man or sixth lady all season long. Here's Renz in the corner, guarded by Shea still. Renz off a screen, lets go of a three. Looks good. It's just short though. Good rebound. It was tipped by Supernand, collected by Fry, up to Hewitt, now to Shea. This is short. That three was short all the way, and a nice rebound collecting it is Taylor Davies, who did a nice job getting back. Here's Renz off of a screen from Johannes into the lane, up with a floater. This is good. Maybe that's what the Laconia Spartans needed, and Coach Morgan's going to take a timeout. That's the first second half points for the Spartans, if you can believe it. And it stems ends a 25-7 run. We'll take a timeout with them. Hope you stay with us. We got the last 8 minutes and change on WLA TV. So Laconia going to put some token pressure at the very least as Renz makes them think about the inbounds pass. And we're back playing. Supernand across the large Vikings logo, guarded, as I said, by Renz. Here's Fry at the high post. Hands off. Shea hit one from straight away. That one is not shot. It's a pass, and it somehow stays in bounds for Davies. Davies goes straight into Shea, and a nice finish by Taylor Davies. That's her first bucket of the night and a good defensive job by Shea not to go into her and force a foul. Lead back down to 6 for the Vikings. It was about 30 seconds ago, it was a 10-point lead. And Renz once again gets her hand on an Elena Supernand dribble. Now we got the starters restored for the Vikings with 7:46 to play in the game. Riley Lair. You would assume that maybe she has something to do with this since she got subbed in. She catches. Ooh, thought she might shoot it, but that's tapped out. Last off of a Spartans. So once again, let's see if Vikings switch something up here. They will. They'll just use a stack principle here on this one. Send Shea to the corner. They're trying to free up Fry, but instead have to give it to Shea. Here's Supernand. Curls around a screen. Goes down the lane. Shovels to Fry. Fry out to Lair. Lair has Shea at the top of the key. Here's Lair on the other side now. Gives it back to Kuski. Sorry. There's a 3 on the way. Shea hit it. That's a big 3 from Kiera Shea. Lead back to 9. Davies down the lane. Oh, they'll say and 1. Wow, that is continuation if you've ever seen it. But we'll play it for Taylor Davies. Miss. Ooh, that was on 4. That was on 4. That was a bad. If they called that on Shea, they got to relook at that. That was as clear as day on Riley Lair, and now Shea has 3 fouls. I mean, call a foul if you want, but my goodness, that's the second time they've screwed that up tonight. And a foul on Renz. That's Renz's 3rd. You got to go back and look at that. Wow, that's as bad as it gets. But the Vikings will play on. Here's Supernand in the corner, lobs it into Kuski. 7:03 to go here. Corner to Shea, and Shea traveled. Well, that's something to keep in mind. If Shea fouls out of this basketball game, then you have yourself a storyline. Here's Smith. Under 7 minutes now to play. Down the lane goes Smith. Blocked once again by Fry and collected by Supernand. Elena crosses the timeline. Crosses over. Top of the key. That is Kuski. Retreat dribbles. Fry on that right side. Fry with 1 dribble. Now shovels it back out to Elena Supernand. She has a screen either way. Crosses over, down the lane, floats it up. This one misses short. Offensive rebound, Kaylee Fry. She's fouled. No whistle. And Kaylee Fry was blocked, I guess, underneath. Coach Schaffnagel he jumped out of his shoes there. Highest anyone's jumped tonight. 7-point lead for the Vikings. Here's Vandenberg. That is Mulder on that left side. Back to the right, here's Renz. Renz, they're counting. Now puts it on the floor. Johannes, Mulder. Nice job by Fry to step out and run her off the 3-point line. Vandenberg, near side Smith. Lexi Smith trying to go one-on-one with Siri Kuski. Nice defense by Kuski. Nice step in by Riley Lair. She completes the steal, and back come the Vikings. Well, that last possession took almost a minute off the clock for Laconia, and they get nothing from it. Still trail by 10. Supernand into the front court. Shea in the corner. Top of the key, Kaylee Fry. Between the circles, Kuski. Renz guarding Supernand like Shea guards Renz. Renz left a couple short here in the second half. You wonder how much that defense that she's had to play, which she's played terrific defense on Supernand tonight, must be said. But you wonder if that's starting to task her a little bit. Here's Supernand. Vikings have almost run a minute off the clock here on this possession as Supernand goes between the legs and runs Renz off of a screen, and Smith will bail him out with a foul. That's 7. Supernan heads to the free throw line. Here's a chance for the Vikings. If you shoot better than 50%, which Supernan does, she makes 70% right on the head. This is where you got to be able to close a game out. 444 isn't necessarily close the game out territory yet, but you got to be able to put these free throws down. See if she can. Front end earns it. Supernan 2 for 4 tonight from the free throw line. That one was very good. And second one for Supernan is true. 70% shooter, and she's shooting 60% today, but this is heading in the right direction. 9-point lead for the Vikings. Renz still guarded by Kiera Shea. Nice job here to switch for the Vikings. Renz has it back on that left wing where she's lived all day. Goes under a screen, does Shea. This is a 3 from Renz. That one's off to the right. And a rebound down to Riley Lair. Collected, given to Supernan. Supernan's going to take her time getting across half court. Crosses Renz over. Down the lane she goes. Scoops up with the right hand. This is strong. Rebound down to the far side. That's Mulder. Mulder on the right side down the lane. And Renz was screaming for it. Mulder free 3. Hits it. That's a big 3 from Emma Mulder. And it's going to force a timeout. Didn't see who took it. Full timeout Green. So, timeout for Laconia. Back to a 6-point game. We'll take the full timeout with them. Back with more after this. So a big 3 there from Emma Mulder. And Mulder has 6 points tonight. Pair of threes. Both of them have been important threes. Most threes are. And the Vikings lead from 9 down to 6. Supernan. Into the front court. Spins. Here is Hewitt in the corner. High post Fry. Corner to Lair. Skip pass to Supernan. Under 4 minutes to play now. Supernan guarded by Johannes. Bounce pass down to Lair. Skip pass to Hewitt. Hewitt with a ball fake back out top of the key. Supernan back to Hewitt. No look pass. Not sure I'd advise those right now, but it worked, so we're good with it. Down the lane goes Supernan. Euro step, count it. What a shot and what a drive from Elena Supernan as she knifed down the lane. Vikes blow another assignment. Here's a 3. This one's short from Davies, and no one touched it, so it'll go back to the Vikings. But you can't expect to get away with many more of those and win this thing comfortably if you're a Vikings fan. (42-34). Into Shea. Here's Hewitt. And Coach Morgan just pleading with his players to get some actual high ball pressure in the backcourt, and they weren't doing it. Here's Shea, bounces over to Fry. Fry has it, gives it back to Supernan. We're under 3 minutes now to play. Vikings lead is 8. Bounced, nice job by Renz. One-handed, no-look pass down to Fry. Count it, yes, Kaylee Fry makes the basket for the Vikings, and it's back to a 10-point lead. This shot is missed by Smith. Hewitt has someone coming from behind. She breaks the press herself, gets it up to Shea. Shea collects, and I thought she had traveled there. Good timeout from Coach Schroffnagel. Takes the full timeout. and I was ready to say she traveled. Coach Schroffnagel was one step ahead with the quick timeout, and the Vikings will retain possession. Should be theirs underneath if they spot it correctly, I believe. Not a professional referee, but I do it sometimes. 44-34. Here in the second half for Elena Supernand, she has 8 points. 2 for Geneva Hewitt in the second half, just counting second half points here. 4 for Kaylee Fry. Let's see, Lair has 4 in the second half and 3 for Kiera Shea. And the Vikings have played extremely well. In the second half, have limited Laconia to just 9 points. Laconia had 25 in the first half and just the 9 here in the second. So ramping up the defense are the Vikings. 2:28 to play, a conference championship on the line. This will be the first time in 5 years since 2014-2015 that the Laconia Spartans don't have at least a share of a conference title. They can control their own destiny, though. They come back and erase this 10-point deficit. It's going to be a tough task for them, but if they do that, they will earn just that. Here's Supernant. Great cut from Hewitt, and she's fouled. Davies underneath with the hip check of Hewitt, and Hewitt will head to the free throw line. I would have been okay with no whistle there, but they whistled it. And that's the second on Davies. First free throw crawls over the front edge of the iron for Geneva Hewitt. She remains perfect. She's 4 for 4. Coach Supernand saying, get that follow through up. Get it over that front edge of the iron. And that time she did that and got it over the front edge. 5 for 5. Shea still in the back pocket of Haley Renz. Renz is, you got to give her a ton of credit for the performance she's put up while having to deal with Kiera Shea. Averaging 16 is one thing. Scoring 14 against Kiera Shea is another. All while also guarding Elena Supernand. And Supernand's got hers in this second half. I think she's up to 17 or so. 16 for Supernand. Nice pass underneath to Johannes. Blocked. I think that was Riley Lair who got the hand on that one. And back to the Vikings the ball goes. Too many offensive droughts for the Spartans here in this second half. Supernand has it. Gives it over to Hewitt. Hewitt on that far side. Dumps it down underneath to Fry. Fry looks for a teammate. Yeah, she should have just gone up to start. Battled for and out of bounds on this near side. I think Fry was shocked with how far open she was underneath. You want to stay patient, and that's the message to the team is stay patient. But when you get that open, you got to take it. Renz will try to inbound to Smith. Smith gets open. Shea will cover her for just a little while and then resume pestering Haley Renz. Renz over a screen. Passes here to Davies. Davies kicks it out. Here's Smith. Smith down the lane. Up with the right hand. Blocked once again by Kaylee Fry. Down with Geneva Hewitt. Hewitt loops back around. Now gives it to Supernand. Under 90 seconds to play. Might be foul time here. Nice decision by Kiera Shea. They'll say it's tied up. Yep, I agree with that call. Was tied up. I know the Viking fans don't like it, but that was a tie-up, 100%. But it stays with the Vikings with the arrow. So the crucial arrow now points in Laconia's direction, but the one thing that is not in Laconia's favor is the time remaining on the clock, the deficit, and who's about to head to the free throw line. And that's Elena Supernand. Fourth for Renz. I only had Renz for 3. I must have missed one somewhere along the line. First free throw good. Since going into the bonus, and I made the comment, the Vikings have not missed a free throw. Crunch time, they've been clutch. Second for Supernand. One dribble hits it. Supernand's got 18 points tonight. Renz up the floor. This is what she would have had to try to do all night long had she tried to bring the ball up all night long. Off of Wren's own foot. It got tapped by Kiera Shea. Oh, my goodness. How do you say what? You can't say enough of what she's done for this Vikings team. Here comes Supernant. She's got the cross-court pass to Fry if she wants it. She's going to keep it for herself. And a good decision here. Keep it with your two good free throw shooters, your two clutch players down the stretch here, and Geneva Hewitt's one of them. She'll head to the line. Now into double bonus. 7, 8, and 9. Supernant, Hewitt, Supernant. They earned both free throws. They went 6 for 6 on those 3 fouls. Hewitt back to the line. First free throw rattles out. There's the first case of Curse of the Commentator tonight. I promise I've been pretty good. Second free throw nestles home in the bottom of the net. It's a 49-34 lead. We need the clock to start, would be ideal for the Vikings. And it still hasn't started. And it starts now. Laconia with a free possession there. And I think that's a double dribble. Yeah, should be I was going to say Traveler double dribble. But they played an entire possession with no clock. And I think that's what Coach Schaffnagel's talking about. Can you guys get together and determine that they should take time off the clock? They should, but how do you do this, right? It's difficult to determine how much time, what's a fair number for both teams, or do you just leave it? And Coach Schaffnagel just trying to get an explanation here. I mean, it's tough to say that you can't take anything off, but you should probably at least ask the clock operator if they have any idea. If they don't, then you don't take anything off. So we're back playing. 50 seconds and counting down. It's a 15-point lead for the Vikings, so hopefully clock doesn't matter at this point. Here's a three, and it's short, and we'll go out of bounds underneath. Hewitt trying to inbound, gets it to Shea. Shea gets fouled, and we'll head to the free throw line. Not sure I even have a 51.6 from the line percent for Kiera Shea. Ooh, first free throw touches all of it, but does not fall. Second free throw misses as well. Offensive rebound for Kaylee Fry. And the held ball will go back to the Spartans. Smith got the worst end of that one. She'll inbound to Renz. Renz behind the back into the front court, crosses over. She's down the left side here. Hops backwards, kicks it back out. Here's Mulder. Mulder to Smith. Smith fade away three. Tough shot, strong. And they'll get a foul on the rebound. Or, oh, I'm sorry. I think that hit the wire again. That wire that you guys can't see on TV. All right, well, this is going to do it. Supernan's got a cross half court. That's all she has to do. She's done it. Get the ladder out. Cut down the nets. The Vikings are your 2020-2021 Flyway Conference champions. They win it by a score of 49-34. In their two meetings, they've beaten the Spartans by a combined 27 points. And they are Flyway Conference champions. One more game left, against North Fond du Lac up at North Fond du Lac will determine if they can secure an undefeated conference season. But they have clinched what is important, a solo conference championship. For the first time in 6 years, 5 years, the Spartans will not sit atop the Flyway in girls basketball. What a reign it was. And again, those 27 points I talked about of differential between the Vikings and the Spartans are not indicative of how close both of these games were. Both of them were within a couple of points within the last couple of minutes, both times, but the Vikings did a terrific job both times finishing. They sing the school song, the alma mater, down in the corner for the first time as conference champions in quite some time for these Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. 49-34 the final score. Let's get you some totals. Kiera Shea 0 for 2 at the line there to end it, so no points there. Shea had 10. Riley Lair had 4. Kaylee Fry had 7. Geneva Hewitt had 8 points for Hewitt. Had to count up all those free throw ticks. She had 5 from the free throw line and 2 from a basket, and she finishes with 8. As for Elena Supernand, she averages 17.7. That rounds up to 18, and she had 18 points this evening for the Vikings. I'm Jordan King saying so long. Thanks for joining us this evening here from the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. We'll have some boys basketball later on this week, and hope you'll rejoin us for that. But it feels good for the first time in a while to say that the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Viking girls basketball team are Flyway Conference champs. 49-34 over the Laconia Spartans. Thanks again for joining us, and hope you'll join us again soon right here on WLA TV.